Calgary Flames had one of the best drafts in franchise history back in June of 2024, which added a plethora of good prospects to a farm system that already had a surplus of future NHLers. As the NHL is having the four Nations Faceoff break, all eyes are turning to some of the elite prospects the Flames have, and they are not disappointing. This Flames prospect update is insane. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and let's hop in and talk about this insane prospect update, because even though the NHL is on break, obviously the junior leagues are still going, and let's just say it's going well for Flames fans. If we get into a great article here that was originally posted on NHL Trade Talk by Old Prof, he kind of looks at a few of, I guess, the Flames' best prospects, we can say. So Flames prospects quick hits: Honzek, Gradin, and Parekh, which are all big names, all former first rounders that obviously aren't at the NHL level yet. Honzek had a little flash earlier this year, and then Gradin and Parekh, obviously from just last year's draft, both first rounders, used obviously our pick and Vancouver's. So in this edition of Calgary Flames Prospects Quick Hits, Old Prof will report the progress of three key Calgary Flames prospects and share how they're developing. Of course, they are Samuel Honzek, Matvei Gradin, and Zane Parekh. So let's start with Honzek, who wasn't part of the most recent draft the Flames had, but he's a first rounder from just a couple seasons ago now, and obviously very highly touted prospect still. He had an amazing training camp in preseason, and we actually got to see him at the NHL level to start this year. Hasn't made it back, not too sure if he will during the rest of this season, but hey, he's having a solid AHL season. So, Honzek is a Flames prospect having a solid season in the AHL with Calgary. He's put up 18 points in 36 games so far. So again, not maybe the numbers everyone wants to be seeing, but he hasn't been given, top minutes, shall we say, like some of those other guys who are doing so amazing for the Wranglers. After a brief stint in the NHL where he struggled to score, he's back in the AHL. There, he's learning and improving. The 20-year-old had a great run in the WHL with Vancouver, scoring 87 points in 76 games over the last 2 seasons. So unreal in the WHL with the Giants. It's been a bit of a tough adjustment for him, but those NHL games have helped him refine his game. He's got time on his side, and Flames fans should be excited about his future. With more experience, he'll keep growing. He could make his breakthrough and become a key player for the Flames soon. And again, that's probably not going to be this season. The way he's developing is eerily similar kind of to how Coronato is. Remember last year, he came up a couple times and couldn't quite do it. And even Coronato this year got sent down to the AHL at one point, which is just crazy to look back on. But still, Honzek, if you're worried about him, you think he's not developing properly, no need to worry. He's actually developing at a very healthy rate. Maybe the numbers aren't quite where, especially Honzek wants them to be and everyone else wants them to be, but he is doing quite well. And again, no need to worry. Next, Matvei Gradin, who doesn't quite get, the same limelight as guys like Parekh and even Honzek, but he's also a first rounder. And hey, look at this. Gradin is finding success in the QMJHL. Matvei Gradin is off to a strong start with the Shawinigan in the QMJHL. He's potted 27 goals and added 34 assists in 46 games. A very, very good stats there. He was initially set to play at Michigan, but ended up joining Shawinigan after being picked by Val-d'Or in the CHL import draft. Still kind of a crazy story. We still don't really know the facts of it, whether he wanted, to increase his play time by being in the queue, or if his grades weren't good enough for the NCAA. I still don't know. We can speculate, but whatever. Either way, he is finding success. His point totals are similar to last season's production in the USHL with Muskegon. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. So he's shown consistency. Although his point per game pace hasn't increased, playing against tougher competition in the queue is excellent for his development. He's only 18, and this experience is perfect for his growth. Gradin's a strong prospect to watch for the Flames. Obviously, he's a forward. We need scoring. Maybe Gradin down the line can be that guy for the Flames. Really exciting to see both Honzek and Gradin are developing in a healthy way, we can say. It's kind of, just insane to think about how many good prospects the Flames have, because Honzek and Gradin are obviously forwards. We have so many defensemen, and pretty much the rest of this video will focus on Zane Parekh. So Zane Parekh's elite OHL play continues, which is exactly what we want to hear. One Flames prospect, Zane Parekh, is on fire offensively with Saginaw in the OHL. He could become one of the Flames' best young players ever. That's certainly what we are hoping for. Already, he's scored 25 goals and added 46 assists in 45 games. Keep in mind, he is a defenseman. Even though he didn't make Canada's World Junior roster, that fact hasn't slowed him down. His numbers match last season's incredible 33-goal, 96-point totals. Plus, he's got a plus 28 rating. That speaks to his all-around game. He honestly reminds me so much of Cale Makar in what he can do. It is just insane to think about. Again, keyword of the video, insane. Parekh's defense needs work, but his offensive skills are undeniable. He's second on the team in points behind Michael Misa, who will be a top prospect for the 2025 NHL draft. He also just hit 50 goals already. If Parekh continues to improve, his scoring could become an asset for the Flames, and that goes without saying. We are all banking on the fact that Parekh will turn into not just a really good defenseman for the Calgary Flames, but one of the best defensemen in the entire NHL. And we have more to talk about with him, so let's just talk more on Parekh here. A different article, that's why we switched up the chapters here a little bit, but this one still speaks volumes. This one is just from the Calgary Flames themselves. So they wrote this. Zane Parekh scored his 15th goal of 2025 Wednesday night, which is obviously quite a few days ago now. And that was in 16 games. So 25 goals in his 16th game as a defenseman. The Flames' first rounder has been on an absolute tear since the calendar flipped to the new year and enters the weekend leading all Canadian major junior hockey defenders with 26 goals and 74 points. So 15 goals in 16 games in his last 16 is absolutely ridiculous. Parekh has oodles of offensive talent. There's a skill you don't hear often, oodles. That's been on full display since he broke into the OHL as a 16-year-old with the Saginaw Spirit. And he's no longer 16. In fact, if we switch up here a little bit, yesterday was actually his 19th birthday. So the Flames posted a big happy 19th birthday to Flames prospect Zane Parekh with a little party face emoji, but 19 now, and he's looking so good again, developing in such a healthy manner. Here's some quotes from him. "I'm always pushing myself for more," Parekh said when reached by phone Thursday. "The offense is great and the numbers are awesome, but I think the last few weeks it's been kind of getting kills that have been really exciting me, getting stops defensively that made me feel good about my game." So being on the penalty kill, playing a better all-round game, and it really is, paying dividends at this point. "It's kind of been a little bit of a change in mindset for me over the last 12 months. That change has come in concert with help from the Flames Director of Player Development, Ray Edwards." Parekh says the two communicate at least once a week, touching on everything about his game. That's great to hear that the Flames are still that, connected with their prospects. "Me and Ray are getting to the point where we're getting really close and it's really easy to talk to him. Part of that includes video." And I actually named one of these guys earlier. Parekh told onlookers at the NHL Scouting Combine in Buffalo last June that he would frequently watch clips on the bus after away games of Colorado Avalanche and Calgarian defenseman Cale Makar. He totally models his game after Cale, you can say, which is funny because Cale's obviously still so young, but it's amazing to see that Cale Makar is one of the best defensemen in the NHL. Zane Parekh is just an up-and-coming version of him, we certainly hope. This season, Parekh admits he's watching a lot more of Canucks blue liner Quinn Hughes, but not necessarily to pick up on the reigning Norris Trophy winner's offensive flair. Here's a quote. "I have a Google Drive that has just all of his games. I just open that up and watch anytime I want to," Parekh explained. With Ray, we talk about how reliable those guys, Hughes and Makar, are away from the puck. If we have, a Quinn Hughes / Cale Makar type on our hands, oh my goodness, if that isn't the prospect update you wanted, then I don't know if you can call yourself a Flames fan at that point. But either way, it's amazing to see the development of all of these guys, especially Parekh, on pace with his unreal year last year. It's just so exciting to hear how well he's doing, and if you ever have the chance to watch him play, please, I strongly recommend doing so. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from the most recent video from a couple days ago, kind of, some trade rumors about Vladar, and this was a good comment here from Daryl Sutter's favorite cow. What a username that is. And they say, at what point do we have to start leveraging our losses with Vladar? We have Loco for next year on a one-way, same with Wolf. I think other teams see that and know they can lowball us. Thoughts? And honestly, it is true. At this point, it's pretty much, if a team will give us something for Vladar, we will take it. I personally think he still has some value. He's able to steal some games like that one against Seattle a few weeks ago. But still, it is true. If we can get anything for him, I think most Flames fans and the management will be happy to roll into next year with Wolf and Cooley as the backup. So interesting overall. Again, if we can get something for Vladar, go for it. Why not? We do love Dan. We do love Darth here. He wants to be in Calgary. So there's so many elements as to keeping him and to trading him. And we'll just see what ends up happening. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.